Hello, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to some more 64. So I got this thing kind of up and running again. I don't know, for some reason, whenever I stop the game, it like resets all of these guys, and they don't seem to work very well. So it takes me a little bit of time to get it started back up in the morning. And then, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go back up here. We're gonna go up here to the Rice Krispie treat. We're gonna do the reconstructed hollow. And boop, that goes in there. So the reconstructed hollow will start working. Now we have an inverse chasm. So we need to get a lot of points to get that thing going. I think we need a bunch of those. And then I think once we do that, we're going to end up having to kind of rebuild this thing. Knocks symbols off, highlights potential puncture points, spots gets richer the further removed from the center of the world. Okay, so that takes 256. Let's build one of those. What does this thing do? Okay. Okay, what does that do? That's new. Not here. Okay. All right. Let's see what else do we have that we can put in. Let's make sure these guys are still running. The inverse chasm. I want to get to that because that is basically how we can automate these things, so I can stop pushing them down all the time. I don't see anything else new. Yeah, I don't see anything else new here. So all we have is the inverse chasm that's new. I don't want to keep traveling back and forth here. I think for the most part, probably need to get these guys going because I'll need a little bit more of those. 20k of those I can deal with. 4,000 of those I can deal with. That one's moving. The purple ones too. I think the purple one's going to be the one that's going to cause me problems. So I may need to build some more of these. Oh, there comes another slowdown. Let's see. Alright, so there's those guys going in. I guess technically we could go they up here or down there? I don't remember. They're down there, I think. Doop. There they are. There you go. We'll just put in a bunch of those. And then once I get those in, I can do these. Let's see, let's get that guy going again. Alright, so that stuff is going. go over here. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I tried to put down another one of those things, but I think this one down here should still be. No, they don't seem to be doing it anymore. I don't know if I just need to get a bunch more of these. I do need a lot of them. Because I need like 2 grand. Get all these picked up. Alright, so we need like 2,000 of those. Gonna put this guy. Oh, there he goes. Alright, now that's landing. So this is a whole crazy puncture point or something. I don't know. That's the purple things or like the puncture points. There you go. See when we get these guys picked up. It's not letting me get them. But I can't build anything to take care of those yet. Reverse valves. Do it like this. And this way it pulls up. It only leaves the things that we need. Yeah, so we just need to get I need to get like 2,000 of these and try to keep the other guys moving. Um so yeah, the 20,000 of the purple is gonna cause me some problems. These we'll be able to get those fairly quickly. The yellows. Um Purple's going up. Yellow's going up. Red, we are kind of not going up a lot, but we have that. I think for the most part we're okay. It's just the purple. It's the 12 million more purples that we need, and the yellows. Yellows are going up quite a bit. They're both going up a good amount. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get those. I will be back when I get it figured out. Hopefully that will be sooner rather than later. Talk to y'all soon. Okay. I'm back. Well, that's a bit longer of a cut than I normally put in. It took me forever to get enough of these things to be able to get this inverse chasm thing going. All right, so this is the bridge to the unknown. So we want to go ahead and this thing's all working. We finally have enough to do this thing. So I'm gonna actually put this thing like right here, right? So that will give us a bridge to the unknown. It kind of connects us to all those things, right? So then we have connects inverse chasm to industrial silos, right? So we basically just need one of each of these things, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this guy out like this. And then if we connect that guy, should the whole idea here is it should allow us to start connecting these things to these guys. Now, I won't be able to do the internal ones here. So it says connects the inverse chasm to industrial silos. These are industrial silos, right? Does it not work unless they're the other ones? Do they have to be the big ones? Ooh, they have to be industrial silos. Okay. All right, so we'll do a little bit here, like this. So this guy is going to go in like this. So all these guys on the outside are going to be changed to industrial silos, right? And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll get these guys back going up here. So what will end up happening is this will basically run those industrial silos for me, so I don't have to continue trying to build them like this, right? So those should all. Did I miss one here somewhere? I missed one. Okay. So once those kind of get built for me there, that will allow those things to basically run continuously. Now I also want to take probably like this guy like this. We'll run these guys down here, right? And then I want to take, let's see, Q here, here, and here. And then we'll go 1, 2, and 3, and 4 like that. That'll be fine. We'll do like this. We'll do this guy like this. So that way it'll keep those kind of loaded. So part of the problem I was having is like I don't have the stuff to run overnight. So like the game kind of runs offline when you're not on. So now the ones in here aren't going to be able to be ran. So I won't be able to do this. I would have to basically run something in here and kind of limit my usage here. So to be able to get a thing going into those. I'm going to end up having to rebuild this whole thing to kind of get it to work differently. We're going to come up with a different thing, but at least for now, this thing will run. We just have to redo the stuff here in the center. So that should help us quite a bit. So an upgrade to the waypoint is one connected to inverse chasm via conductors. All others link to it as well, regardless of the distance. Okay, so basically this will be. So once we get this thing unlocked, it would allow us to basically connect this thing to the direct chasm, or the let's see, and then everlasting mountable cube responsible for most destabilizers and resonators could be connected to the inverse chasm via conductors. Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna need a bunch more points. So basically, what I've done now is I've created like these numbers. Like I need 268.43 million of these things. So that's gonna be a bit. Now I did change these things up a little bit. So what I want to do here is I'm gonna go down here and talk to these guys. Industrial silo here, right? So we're going to change all these guys to industrial silos, like that. Okay, and then we ran out. So the reason I'm doing this is then what I can do is I can go in here and I can do like this, like that, right? And then we can do this guy here like this. I wish I could drag it. Right, and then what we can do is do like this. And then once I do that, these will all automatically run. So that stuff is all going to run for me. Then I can run one down here like this. I guess it would have been faster to bring it up from there, but oh well. Get these guys ran down here. Oh, did I run out of those things? Oh, yeah. Those things are starting to get expensive. Let's see. That one will do that, and then once we can get another one of those, yeah. So we're getting closer to that thing. So once I can build this thing here, 8.13 million. So it's starting to get a bit expensive, right? So and then like these guys are still running out, so I may need to rebuild all of this stuff. So having it where I can get like the inverse chasm to be able to reach into this thing is going to be complicated. Trying to figure out because like this, I might end up having to go through the side here. Is the only way to do it, which means um, if I ripped all of this out, that would be fine. I could move this thing to the side, and I could just go in straight like that to that guy, and that would give him that. And then I really probably need to move this entire thing down one, and that will allow me to do it. It will reduce a little bit of my abilities, but I think that is probably the way to do it. Let me get, let's see. Things are all running pretty much as fast as we can. So I think what I need to do is just move this entire thing down one. So, which means probably the best thing to do is to get rid of this guy for now. Put this guy in there like that. Kind of let all this thing run down. And then these guys here. I think I need some more of those. Are we making more of those? I don't know. Maybe we are. No, we're not. All right, which means we need to go up there to that thing real quick. So these guys are all running, but the problem is I need to be able to get make sure this thing's turned on too. So we need to get some of these guys. Now we can just drop this guy, and that will go take us from 16 to 36, right? Then we can go down here. Now eventually we'll get the thing to automate these also, so that way we can kind of get these guys kind of cleaned up. And we'll do this. And this should get pretty much everything down here. All right, there's all those. Miss a few up there. All right, so that's 35 of those. All right, so that makes it a little bit easier. You just drop that thing and kind of move on with your life. And kind of go back down here. And then I think, yeah, moving this thing down is kind of what I need to do. All right, I'm going to do that. I'll be back in a second. All right, so I got this whole thing moved down just one block. It took a lot more than I really wanted it to take to move it down there. So now, in order to kind of get the next thing going, what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to go ahead and take this one out, right? So that one should still be able to meet all that. We'll take this guy out too. We'll take this one straight in like this, right? And that should kick off all of that, right? And then these guys are still going to reach there. The only problem is these guys, inserters, are going to run out. So we need to put two of these guys in. And 9.4 million of those is going to take me a minute to get. So, and then, oh wait, I forgot. So this guy, that can go in there like that. So eventually what we'll do is we'll end up having to change all of these things to these guys, and then that will allow us to get that inside kind of built. I think for now, it is just going to take us a lot to do it. So what I'm going to end up doing here is going back up here to these guys. Like that. Get this. These guys can all go away like this. And then that's going to fill all that stuff up with that stuff, but that'll be fine. And then 645 of those, and I have 532, which means I need to go get more. So we'll go up here, we'll go back into this guy here, and then we'll just wiggle our mouse over these. We'll save the extra 256. So oh, that thing goes up by quite a bit every time. Get down here. Get this guy. Boop. Drop him. Pick up all of those. Grab the few extras down there. Grab this guy there too because he's ready. Alright, so that's 33. So hopefully that should allow us to complete what we're trying to do there. Alright, so that should give us the ability to connect this guy there. So that guy will kind of keep going. And then oh yeah, so that one's still going down there. So eventually we'll this is a hell gem, and that's a destabilizer, right? So the destabilizers are going to keep working. The inserters won't. So these two may slow down. So I might be able to get away with not having those there. Just to keep us from having to these extra silos are very expensive. We'll let it run for a little bit and see why. Why are you... Oh, because that is missing. Alright, so we'll do this. Alright, we'll hold this thing down here for a second and we'll put that excavating channel back in. It's got a hell gem in it, so the inserter's working, the destabilizer isn't. So we'll, it's going to take us a minute. There it goes. Alright, so that thing goes in, off it goes. So this is, so that's the destabilizer on the outside. So the destabilizer isn't going to work. So basically what it's going to do is just going to slow those down. So eventually I'll need to put those in. I guess if I needed to, I could change this to allow me to like we could flip-flop these, put the stabilizer on the inside and the other one on the outside. Put that guy in there like that. Right, so, and then eventually what we'll do is we want to build up towards these and get all these things going. So that way we basically have everything running. Everything's automated, and now it's gonna kind of keep producing everything for us, which is gonna keep the yellow, purple, and the Charonite, the Emeraldite, and the Quantite kind of moving. And then the next issue is probably, honestly, these four are probably the next things I need to kind of start working on, because I'm going to need those things to be kind of in there so that those can be okay. So back to needing a lot more stuff, right? We're going to end up bouncing in here quite a few times because the amount of this stuff that I need is still kind of a pain. We can use that other thing to kind of grab it, but every time I do it, it uses 256 of it. And this one up here is not that hard to grab all of it. I guess the one down here is not that hard to grab either. So, but we can kind of do this. So what I'm going to do is probably do this, collect enough of this stuff, work on getting the pieces I need for to automate those guys right there, and then that way that whole thing can be automated. And once we can kind of get the whole thing automated, we can kind of let it run in the background on its own, for a little bit, and then that will come back and we'll have plenty of stuff to be able to build things with, because that's really what we're running into. The next thing we need to do is start getting these things automated, and also that weird that block that can be mined forever. That will be a cool thing to do. I think that thing's new. I don't remember having it last time I played. So the gradient well. So can't see what it's supposed to be upgrading though. Like I don't know what that thing is. It's supposed to be upgrading. Everlasting mineable cube. Responds to most destabilizers and resonators should be connected to the inverse chasm via conductors. Right, so we're not going to be able to put those anywhere. We're going to have to like put it like here and here, right? And then the question is whether or not it's going to need to be other stuff. So because if I can put those like here, like these corners, right? Then that will allow me to at least have the corners. Eventually, I'm going to need to make a completely new thing of how all the stuff works. But it's just going to take me some time to get in there. So I mean, let's see. I can probably do it with this conductor here now. Can I not do a conductor? There and there. Okay, so that guy's connected, and then we can do. Now, what are we missing here? Oh, we're missing those. Let me turn these guys on. I can make more of that stuff easily. The next thing is come down here and get this thing running. Probably rebuilding this thing to make it work more efficiently. Run the, like, if I could run the wires into here, like these things could be automated too. But yeah, so actually we have almost enough of those for 2 of them, so that's good. Alright, so that guy there, I'll put this guy in there like that, so that guy will be automated. And then we'll get this guy down here, automated fairly soon, hopefully. But other than that, it's just kind of in this, the game is starting to take longer and longer and longer to be able to get to run things that we need. And then like, see, like this guy now, and then I'm gonna need to run. Oh, I need to run this thing down here too. So I just need conductors, and I need these, and this bit is getting fiddly. And in order for me to kind of do it, it's just going to take some time. Like I said, sorry for the video taking so long to come out on this to kind of finish it, but it takes. There's a lot of cuts. All right, I'm gonna let this thing run for a little bit, and then I will be back. All right, back again. So this thing's all kind of up and running. Looking at some of the stuff that I need to do next. The containment thing, going to that, I need a ridiculous amount of resources. Let's see, what else do we need up here? It's way up here. The direct chasm, ridiculous amount of resources. Gradient well, ridiculous amount of resources. The gradient well is probably, I don't even know. These are all ridiculous amounts of resources. So what I'm going to do is going to go ahead and end the video off here. We're going to call this one done for the day. And then I don't know when I'll be able to say I'll be able to get the next one back, because it's going to take me a while to be able to get the stuff to be able to do some of these things. So we will just kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. But the game is great. I'm going to let it run for a little while. At least being all directly connected now, it'll give it a chance to kind of, all this stuff to kind of chug along on its own. I'll get these things here connected to. Not that I think these are going to do a whole lot of good, because that just gives me those. And then I always forget what this thing gives me. I think this is like, it gives me more of these guys, which I don't really need those. So I can leave those off for now. But I want to get these turned on, so that way we can get all this stuff being made. So I'm going to do that. between this and the next one, and then we'll go from there. As always, if you like the videos, please consider throwing a like on them. If you have a question, a comment, a concern, you can leave that down below. And if you're not subscribed and you would like to be, there's a button for that too. You guys be safe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.